Hey, this is Mark Henry, author of Dancing with Energy, Healing, Magic, and Mysticism, here to talk to you more about the occult and the paranormal. Well, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the subject of why work with King Solomon. So before I begin, as usual, some housekeeping things. If you are part of my Facebook attunement group, I just posted a new video, so check that out. Also, with my Etsy store that offers attunements, I just put in a video on King Person, who is responsible for favorable decision making regarding good fortune and wealth, for secret knowledge, good fortune in general. So if you are interested in those things, check that out. And I've been putting things in there every week. I have Jupiter, and I have the Virgin Mary, and I'm always thinking about adding some new things. So if you want a connection with a particular entity, check out the store, and you can get attuned and level up your magic, change your life. I'm getting a lot of good feedback, people having a lot of powerful experiences upon receiving the attunements. So all that set aside, let's go ahead and talk about today's topic. So who was King Solomon? So if you are especially part of the West and, of course, other countries that have been exposed to Christianity and the Old Testament, then you sort of know who King Solomon is. King Solomon was basically a wealthy and wise king of Israel. And I'm not entirely sure, but if I remember right, he was responsible for creating the first temple there? I think so. Um, so he's was considered to be so wise that he would be like just under Jesus, according to what's written. He's noted to be written about in some of the apocryphal books that wasn't added to the Old Testament, like the Testament of Solomon, the Wisdom of Solomon, and he is in the Bible itself with things like Proverbs, which is a lot of wisdom, Ecclesiastes, the Song of Songs, also known as the Song of Solomon. And those are things that he's attributed to have written. Now, when we talk about magic, we talk about things like you've probably heard of the Key of Solomon. So there's the Lesser and the Greater Key of Solomon. So the Greater Key of Solomon is the grimoire of the seals, and most people are familiar with the seals of the planetary energies and how to work with them and give suggestions and things for fasting and clearing and working with various spirits. Now, one of the magical lore surrounding around King Solomon is that he was able to compel angels, demons, and jinn. He had a magic ring that allowed him to do that. And at one point I was doing some research, and there are those, I believe, in Turkey who believe that that ring was lost, and that there are those who are still trying to find that particular ring. But in any case, he was able to summon and use spirits of various kinds. I believe one of the books said actually that he used various entities to help build the temple. Now, at one point, I believe it's towards the end of his life, that he actually took 72 spirits and put them in a brass vessel and then threw it into the sea. Now, according to the way the story goes, that vessel was discovered by the Babylonians. It was cracked open, and these 72 spirits left. And as the story goes, that the Lesser Key of Solomon are the 72 spirits. So why would you work with Solomon? That's kind of the point of this video. Well, when you're looking at why do I work with a spirit, you look at the stories and the mythology behind the particular figure, character, or entity. Why go ahead and seek them out? Well, wisdom is something that we all need. And when you connect with Solomon, you can increase your self-awareness, your wisdom of life. You can make better decisions because you have more information. Because a lot of times in life, we do the best we can. We make choices, but sometimes we have to make choices quickly, and we don't have all the information. So, if you were to work with King Solomon, then that would be something that he might be able to divulge, or he might be able to guide the way that you make decisions. A lot of our decisions, I would say, are based on our priorities and our beliefs. And our priorities and beliefs are good for some things. Well, let me rephrase that. We have priorities and beliefs that guide us in our decisions, but not all specific priorities and beliefs are good for a given situation. So if you're using a particular strategy to get a date, to find a lover, the way you go about that would probably be different than the way you would in making money or some other type of thing. But I think sometimes people get stuck in these strategies and the way that they do things. So in those cases, we need to use our intuition, and then we need to use wisdom in order to determine, how do I respond in this particular situation? Because there are so many different contexts that require thoughtfulness. But I don't want to get too far into that. That'd be more of a psychological type of video. So what else? Well, King Solomon, what the story goes, as I just told you, we talked about a magic ring, its ability to compel angels, demons, and jinn. So this particular figure can reveal probably old secrets of magic and even help you develop new ones. So he's a good person to go to increase your ability to do magic and to gain knowledge. Knowledge and wisdom is kind of the key to Solomon. I know that some of you all are very fond of Solomonic magic and the seals. So you could actually, if you wanted to, you can invoke Solomon and allow the energy to pass through you and charge these seals. They have power on their own, but that would be something that you could also do. Who was Solomon? What was his role? He was a king. So if you are somebody who wants to be more kingly, someone who is trying to develop their leadership skills, you too can develop the qualities of being a wise king figure. And the last one, and this is just a suspicion, I haven't really known anybody firsthand to use it for this, but King Solomon was supposed to be the wealthiest person, in that area. His kingdom was vast, and he had a large amount of wealth, a lot of gold. So that might be also something that if you were interested in being more prosperous and abundant, how do you build your own kingdom in relationship to wealth and finance? That makes sense to me to also be part of his strengths. So that's all I wanted to talk about. I hope that you all are having a good weekend. Again, if you want to check out the Etsy store, I'll put a link in the bottom. I also have a King Solomon attunement if you want to try your hand at doing the energy work aspect of King Solomon and using that for your magic. I also have a Patreon if you want extra videos, private messaging with me if you have any more in-depth questions. I also have some other things there too, some bonuses. So check that out. I'll put a link to that. And that's about it. So I hope that you all have a good week, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.